Hi guys, and welcome to my channel Flavors of the World. Today I will make these amazing pita breads that are soft, they always puff up in the oven and are so easy to make. They are 100% whole wheat, but I promise you guys you won't taste the difference. They are as good as the white flour ones, just healthier. I will write all the ingredients and measurements in the description box so you don't have to worry about that. Now let's get to work. First we will start by adding the flour. I have here 100% white whole wheat flour into a big bowl like this. Then we will add the yeast, sugar and salt. Mix all the ingredients well. I have here the special ingredient that is gonna make the pita dough soft, still using the whole wheat flour, and that is vital wheat gluten. You can find it in the groceries or online. And over here I like to add wheat germ or wheat bran, just because it makes them more authentic. I know that in countries like Egypt, where they make these breads daily, they use this to give the bread more color and more nutrition. So I'm gonna add it over here and mix everything well. And then I have over here olive oil. I'm gonna add it too. And then we have some water, which is warm. Make sure it's not too hot so that it's not gonna kill the yeast, it's just warm. And I'm gonna start by adding it little by little and forming a dough. We're gonna knead the dough really well. The dough has to be soft and nice. And after I knead it, I'll come back to you guys and show you how the dough should look like and go to the next steps. So I have kneaded the dough for 5 or 10 minutes now. This is the consistency of my dough. You see, it's soft and pliable. It is a little bit sticky, but that's okay because we will add some olive oil to the bowl. That's the way it should be. Don't be tempted to add more flour because then the pita breads will not be soft. Here I have some olive oil and I'm gonna oil a little bit the bowl. And also with the oil I have on my hands, I'll make a nice round dough ball. And I will cover the bowl with the plastic wrap. And then I will let it rise in a nice warm place for an hour or an hour and a half. I like to let it rise in my oven with the light on. Make sure the oven is not on because then it's gonna cook. Just the light on to create a nice environment for the dough to rise. And after an hour and a half, I will come and show you guys how the dough looks like after it has risen. So our dough has risen, as you can see. An hour and a half passed and the dough looks nice and risen and puffy. Now we will just take it out of the bowl. And I have here floured work surface. This is our dough. And now all we have to do is to divide it in 8 equal parts. I like to be very precise, so I like to scale my dough and make sure it's the right weight. Okay, so after scaling it, I see that each ball has to be around 97 grams. You don't have to be as precise, you just, you can divide it in 8 equal parts and then you have to form them in small balls like this. Make sure the back looks nice too. And let them rise just for 15 minutes. So now that we have our 8 dough balls, we will cover them with a clean towel and let them rise again for another 10 to 15 minutes. And after that we will form the pitas and bake them. So our dough has puffed up once again. Now the dough balls are so puffy and I'm just gonna move them out of the way so I have space on my work surface. mix really well. We're gonna take the first dough ball, flatten it a little bit, make sure it's well floured. Then we're gonna start shaping the pita bread to make them round. We don't want to make them very thin because then they will be crispy and they're not gonna be soft. So they have to be a little bit thick. This is how we shape them. So our first pita is ready. You see it's perfectly round and it is a little bit thick. We're gonna let it aside and continue with the other ones in the same way until we have all of them shaped. And in the same time they will rise a little more after we shape them. It is very important to let them rise the second time after they are round, because if they rise well, they will puff up in the oven like a balloon. They will look really pretty, and then they can be stuffed with anything we want to stuff them. This is our last pita bread. It takes less than 5 minutes to give them shape. That's why I'm saying this recipe is so easy and so fast. Plus, as you will see, we will bake them in the oven. We will not do them on the stove top, which means we can bake 4 of them at one time. That means we only have to bake them twice. So it's easy, fast, and less expensive than in the store. Plus, these pitas, they really taste way better than the ones that you can buy at the store. Now that we have all the pitas shaped, we will cover them again with towels and we will let them rise for 10-15 minutes more, and then we just have to bake them. So I have my oven preheated at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure your oven is really hot. Now we're gonna put the pitas on a baking tray. I have a pizza stone, but you don't need one. That's why I'm gonna show you that it's so easy to make them even on a normal baking sheet or cookie sheet. We're gonna place 4 pitas upside down. So the side that they rested on, it's going to be up, like so. And then we're gonna put them in the oven. Put them on the oven in the middle rack. The pitas will puff up soon. It's just going to take probably 3-4 minutes in the oven. You can see how nice the pitas puffed. If not all of them puff up, well, that's okay. Don't worry. They're still gonna be as good. You guys saw how they puffed up nicely. The remaining 4 pitas, I will bake them on a pizza stone, and then I will show you how they will come up in the end. And yeah, I will cut into one and see the inside of it. So these are our final pita breads. Now let's cut into one and see how nice they are inside. You can see how soft they are. Look at this. See the pita pocket? You can make any kind of sandwiches. You can eat it with hummus, with whatever things you like. And they are really so soft and puffy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel because more recipes are gonna come soon. And don't